y'all? Welcome back to the channel again. This is American Dilly, and today I got Hard Target with me, and we're gonna talk about behind the music. So, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. I can't complain.
Sweet, man. Sweet. So, how's everything been going for you lately?
Oh, man, working. Just trying to stay busy, man. We've been putting out a lot of content, so it's literally, we treat it like a 9 to 5. Every day we're doing something.
I see that, man. Let's talk about Muddy Water. Last night, video came out. I watched it, and part of me was like, let's do a reaction to it. And then I was like, wait a minute. Part of me is like, I got Hard Target interviewing with me tomorrow.
Yeah.
What the dude? That song. It sounded strong, man. What's with the message behind that song? Because it seemed like there is definitely something you're trying to get across in that song.
I feel like anyone that follows my stuff closely knows that I'm a religious man. I always have been. I was raised in the church, and it's something that I feel strongly about. And I know everyone could relate to the aspect of, like, you try to do good, you try to do good, you try to do good, and we're not. We're all flawed. We all have our mess-ups. We all have our mistakes that we make. I am the furthest thing from a Christ-like individual, and it was one of those things where it's like, I remember through all those years, like, I'm 36 years old, like, I struggled. I've been at this, doing this music stuff since 2004, 2003, and then finally got a bit of traction. And it was one of those things where I remember when I wrote the hook, so to speak, I'm listening to it, and I'm going, how am I going to approach this song? I've never been a Bible thumper, you know what I mean? Like,
Right,
I don't
get
put
that.
my religion on anyone. I speak how the Lord's worked in my life, and that's where it ends. And I didn't want the song to be like one of those things where I'm like, trying to, like, gather my flock, so to speak, you know what I mean? So I approached the track in the most sincere way possible, and that is, I'm a flawed Christian. I'm a flawed man of God. I'm a flawed person, you know what I mean? And I wrote that, like, all these years I struggled. I still am. I don't want to get it misconstrued, but, like, I finally got what I've been working for all these years, and it was just like, okay, no longer need you. I got it from here type of deal. And it's not. It's an everyday thing. It's whether it be just a conversation with my wife, or patience with my children, or patience with a friend, or a client I'm going to work with. You know what I mean? I find myself dealing with that struggle of going, am I going to be the person that I know I am, which is, I snap at any second, or am I going to be patient with the people in front of me? And I'm not. And that's when I was writing the song, I was just trying to express that. There's all different types of religions. There's all different types of whatever there is, out there. Whatever, to each their own, you know what I mean? But I know where I stand at it is, I'm struggling, trying to do good. And that's basically it with Muddy Waters.
No, I dig it, dude. I dig it. Like I said, when I watched it, I was like, man, there's definitely a deep meaning behind this song, especially with the visuals and the way you guys were kicking it off and stuff. It was a great video, like just like the other videos I've seen from you. It was a great video.
Thank you. Bredwin DeVille. All Bredwin DeVille.
That's what I was just about to ask. How do you come up with these, like, concepts, and how do you guys get together and film it? Because I realize, like I said, you guys are doing this all yourself. So how do you make these things look like? These look like, this video competes with any of the people on the trending chart, and it's almost like it's a sweet surprise to people when they check it out.
Some videos are different, man. Some video, like Muddy Waters, for instance, we had a whole storyline built out for Muddy Waters. And I just kept pushing it back. I'm like, oh, I can't get I wanted to get a church, do a whole thing where I had like 50, 60 people in there. Just couldn't make it happen with our schedules. And then finding a church that would let a person like me in there, you know what I mean? And prance around for a couple hours. So we broke it down to just a simple form. But with most videos, like, believe it or not, a lot of people don't realize this. we sometimes think of, we did a video with Seth Anthony recently. I did a song with him. And Seth Anthony's like, hey, man, I love you. You're in Bredwin's vision. Come up with an idea for it and let me know what y'all got in mind. And we're like, all right, cool. And we just didn't think of an idea. And it was not because we're like, oh, fuck the song. It's just we think right then and there. And it was one of those situations that morning we knew he's coming out there. He's expecting us to have an idea. And he's asked for like 3 weeks. That morning we came up with a great idea. Super simple. Straight to the point, you know what I mean? And we shot it, and like this video ain't came out yet, but the video itself is like one of the best videos Bredwin's done in a long time. It's really fucking good. The storyline's so simplistic, but it's so impactful, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times that's where I like to keep the videos. They just need to be simple. Like, if I make a song about breaking up with a girl or something like that, I don't need to make a video of us breaking up. It could be something else. It could be getting a flat tire, so to speak. It's however that person interprets the visual of the video. We're not trying to reenact every lyric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do stuff that's kind of off the wall here and there, you know?
Oh, I feel that, man. Like I said, it sounds like working together, y'all have a great grasp on it, and you got a good team. Like, how did that start? How did that start? Like, how did all y'all come together and get this going? Like,
inevitably, it was me and Bredwin. I've known Bredwin since probably early 2000s, like 2005, 2006. He was a local artist, and I'm a local artist. We always bumped into each other when I'd be at shows and stuff like that. There's hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. Yeah. We weren't like, there's no issues between us, but we weren't like cool by any means. We didn't talk to each other like that. Hey, pound it up, move on. About, I want to say like 2012 or about 2013, there was a buddy of mine, another local rapper that I love the dude's music, and Bredwin brought him in, was like, yo, you're dope. You need to work with Target. This dude Target has got like the ear that will record you the right way. He'll put you out there the right way. And Bredwin just kept coming around trying to push this kid onto me, trying to get me to help the kid out or whatever. And in the midst of it, me and Bredwin just became the best of friends. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to him more than I talk to my own brother's mother. I speak to him all day long, every day. We're always bouncing ideas off each other's heads, and it just slowly became a mutual respect. Like, I know in my position, I was always that local artist that artists came to, and he was in the same position. Local artists came to him, and it was always a very parasitic relationship with people, where people would latch themselves on to him, me, or vice versa. And that was one of the things that made us relate with each other so much. Is like, we finally were in a position where I'm helping you and you're helping me out equally. You get what I'm saying? Inevitably became one of those situations where I'm recording, doing graphics, mixing, mastering, and stuff like that. Bredwin was shooting, editing the videos, and it slowly became one of those things where it was an everyday thing. It wasn't like a once every 6 months we linked up. We were linking up, trying to work together every day. You know what I mean?
I like that. So you said he was shooting the videos, and then you record music. I also know that, and I seen a post you did a while back talking about graphics and stuff like that. It used to be like a hustle. So how long have you been doing this music thing for yourself, or did it start more where you did have these other side hustles that like kind of, you know, I can make something off this while this is coming together?
It's all started with the music. Again, I grew up we didn't have anything, you know what I mean? And around like 2004, got a computer, wanted to record people, or wanted to record. And went back in 2004, when you're paying for studio time, you're paying for studio time.
Yeah.
Bedroom studios weren't a thing like they aren't as common as they are now. And I remember I couldn't afford to pay to go to a studio. So I just basically did as much research as I could, learned how to do the recording aspect of it. Wanted to have it mixed good. I had to learn how to mix it. Wanted to learn. I couldn't afford to pay a graphic designer. I learned how to do graphic design. I couldn't afford to pay a web. I dropped out in eighth grade.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I have like no form of education. Again, websites, had no one to build webs. This was before they had the websites where you were like they got Wix.com where you just cut and paste and you got a website. No, I literally learned how to type out and code HTML. Like it was mind-boggling. I remember they had websites like GeoCities, Angel Fire. Like you just go in there and give you a basic template, and I would open up other websites and read the HTML and just copy and paste it, put it in my website, and go, okay, this makes this image do this. And I learned by just troubleshooting. Same thing with videos. I was doing videos like when videos became a thing, like doing video, like low budget videos, like how what we're doing right now would be considered low budget when you compare it to people like fucking Britney Spears and all them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But use what do they call them? DSLR style camera where I could shoot in a high quality format. Didn't come around till like 2008, 2009. We got that equipment and just started learning it. Like if you go back and look at some of our early videos, they look like shit, but that's what we were doing. We had to learn it. We weren't Bredwin learned how to do videos because I remember back in the day, my oldest brother was doing videos for me, did a video for Bredwin. And Bredwin's looking at it like, yo, I want more videos, but I'm not trying to pay this dude every time. So Bredwin, this before me and Bredwin were cool like that. Bredwin went out and learned how to shoot videos on his own and then started becoming the local video guy. You know what I mean?
That's truthfully when you listen to it, and I know people will say that when they hear the interview, that's inspirational. Like you guys taught yourself everything, and if you look at the product that you put out now, I can't see a difference between, like I said, that and, you know, major artists that are putting out these videos that, you know, obviously they probably just showed up to the set and somebody else did everything. So like that's inspirational, I think, personally. You know what I mean? I know it was funny because when I was looking on Facebook to send you a message, I guess another thread popped up, and it was from a while ago from a different Facebook page with Hard Target Graphics. So I guess years ago I had talked to you about some graphics, and I was like, holy shit, it's the same guy. I didn't even know this because I'm from Florida too. I'm from Duval County, so I was doing the same stuff back there before my wife and kids and all that. So I was like, holy crap! Like small.
And how long ago was the message?
It was a while ago. It was when you were doing like mixtape covers with like, you know, Wayne and everybody on the cover, and it's like a variety artist. And
that was right around when my daughter was born. She was born in like 2008. There was a period for like 3 years where like I would wake up and I'd do 7 to 8 mixtape covers a day. And it became, I remember I was doing music all the way up until I had my daughter. And I remember it was like right about a month up before she was born. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I've been chasing this dream of being a rapper. Like, I'm not an adult by any means. Yeah. And I filled out an application at Ruby Tuesdays. And I was about to get a job washing dishes. And I remember saying to my daughter's mother going, listen, I could take this job, or I could start doing these graphics right here for money. I got this company out of Texas that's willing to pay me this as a salary. And she's like, do what you want to do. It ended up turning into one of the best decisions I ever did because I met tons of DJs. Yeah. I met tons of other artists that were like, would never give me the time of day. You know what I mean? It became one of the best decisions of my life, to be honest, because I would have ended up just getting a regular job and living the clock in, clock out life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, that's how I got. There was one of my buddies that was a DJ. He was like, I was like, I need graphics. He's like, man, hit this guy up. And so we had discussed it a little bit, but I just thought that was a funny tidbit to put in. I was like, wow, okay, because I'm trying to do some research and figure some questions, and I was like, geez, this is a cool story. So the name Hard Target, how do you get a name like that? Like, is there a story behind this name, or?
There's nothing. There's nothing special about the name. It's actually one of my biggest regrets as an artist to this day is my name. I'm stuck with it because I've promoted it all these years and I've gained fan base and a following off it. If I change it, it'll literally start me from scratch.
Yeah.
But inevitably, I remember this probably around 2004. I was on a certain website and I forgot the rap name I was going by. I think it was like SO24 or something stupid and tacky. And I went to go sign up for the website and it was taken, whatever the fuck the name was. And on USA on TV was the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I go, Hard Target 357. And I remember I signed up for it. Back then, I changed my rap name every couple weeks. A song with an artist name, minus AK Lefty Guns. I don't even know how to remember this dude's name. And I remember he sent the track for me to do the verse to it. And at the beginning, he's like, minus Lefty Guns, Hard Target. And I was like, oh, shit, motherfucker said my name. I was like so geeked out about it. I was just like, oh, cool, I'm Hard Target now, you know what I mean? And then I got older, and I'm like, oh, my name's douchey as fuck. Like, when I think Hard Target, I think, oh, this is like a G-Unit rapper or some kind of gangbanging bullshit, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, there you go. But one of my biggest regrets, I got so far caught into it, there's no turning back, basically.
Yeah, I understand. Because I noticed when I listen to your music, so the first song I heard that was brought up to me when I started doing some reaction videos and stuff and trying to get back into YouTube was the America AF song.
Yeah, I remember the reaction.
Yeah, and I loved it. I was like, man, this is awesome, because I felt like in the video it was relatable. And I mean, I know I'm not in Florida right now, but seeing the home, the Florida style home, and seeing how you were doing stuff, and then the more videos I see, I do get that like kind of country aspect with you, but at the same time, Florida's a different kind of, people don't understand that in the South, where I tell people like Florida's a different kind of country. So to say like your country in Florida, like that is, you were portraying what I was like remembering, and I was like, man, I love this. Like this is just it was just reminding me of like Palm Coast and, you know, places where I had grown up and hung out with my friends and stuff. So
it's crazy, man. I've around like our circle of friends and shit like that. I've always been, oh, he's the country one. He's the country one. Even before this country rap shit that's out, he's the country one, bro. I go and hang out with the Lax, like Brian and Clay. I feel completely like the city slicker, like around these motherfuckers. These dudes are country, like no phone signal ass. Wi-Fi is connected to a dove that's flying around the house with foil on top of his head. Country. These dudes are fucking like out there, like, so. It's 100% what you said. It's a different kind of country. Now, don't get me wrong. We have those country people out here too. But like my boy Florida Dolph, that motherfucker's out in the sticks, bro. Literally, like, they don't make songs just to talk about playing in the mud. They like do that shit on their off time. That's fun. You know what I mean? That's a Tuesday.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. So the Dirt Rock, like I said, Dirt Rock Empire.
Okay.
I had a buddy, actually was a fan that started watching my YouTube channel, but he started hitting me up so much because I would ask for suggestions, and he started giving me, you know, your music, Bredwin, Simple Man, Crucifix, like all these guys. I was like, whoa, dude, you're opening me up to like what I haven't heard about any of these guys. How did that come to be? Like, how did you guys form that? And because you guys have some diehard fans, like
it's I give the 100% credit through and through. Like the whole Dirt Rock thing, that was built on Brian and Clay. They have and they still have a tremendous following. Like I was blessed enough to be able to link up with these dudes back in like 2015 and tour with them with a couple buddies of mine, Simple Man and West Nile, and they took us all around the fucking United States, introduced us to hundreds and thousands of fans and shit like that, did music with us, videos with us. That was built on their backs. The Dirt Rock thing came about, whereas I know Clay and them, they were just leaving a deal they were with, and they wanted to start their own shit. but they wanted to start like like what you consider like a country rap Wu-Tang, so to speak. A bunch of dudes with different styles, and the name, I remember there was like 3 different names that were originally floating around, but the name inevitably came D.R.E. I don't remember what year that was. I just remember showing up on this one show. It's at the end of a tour, and they're like, yeah, the label's going to be called D.R.E. I'm like, oh, that's what it was settled on? And I remember Simple Man being in the back of the bus going, oh, like the Moonshine Bandits got their fans. They're called the Shiners. We should call our fans Dirtbags. And we're all like, explosion. And then Simple Man's, and we should call the girl part of the fans Dimebags. Again, fucking head explosion. Da, da, da. And inevitably, it became like this crazy, like I don't know how long you've been following the genre of country rap. I was introduced to it in like 2015. But like when I came into like doing shows with the Lax and stuff like that, it was very clean cut. Everything was very 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I remember when we came around and we started doing the Racket County, the dirt rock stuff with the Lax, it became cool to be different.
Yeah.
I remember like Upchurch came out. Upchurch was coming out around then. This was like he was doing his Vine videos and YouTube videos, and blowing up on that already. Then he started doing shit, and Upchurch came out the gate, right out the gate, and wasn't doing the regular bullshit. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and everything like around that time period was like one of the best eras of this genre, if you ask me. Because looking back at it, man, it did get a little bit boring, and now it's got that shit spicy as fuck now.
It is. It's taken a life of its own to the point where, you know, I don't even really like to give it I don't like to call it like, oh, I listen to country rap. Like, I just tell people, like, what are you listening to, man? It's a rapper. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? I just relate to it. So I'm like, I dig it. To me, it's just hip hop. Like, I love it, you know?
That's where when people ask me what I do, I make hip hop. I'm a douchebag when I say this. I love country rap fans. I absolutely, like, I've done music again since 2004. I love country rap fans. Yeah. I'm not country rap. I make hip hop music and I always have. And I stand firm on that. And I know I sound saying that, but I don't consider myself country rap. I consider myself a rapper from the country.
And you should, dude. I mean, that's how it is. Like I said, it seems like you guys have a lot of chemistry together. The fan base loves it, so why not just keep doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I noticed last year, it looked like you had hooked up with Mako Music and started doing some stuff with them. How did that come about? Like, how'd you meet Bravo Gator?
I've known Bravo since, and I won't say personally, I've known about Bravo since probably about 2009, 2010. I've spoken to Bravo, when it comes to meeting them online and going back and forth since like probably about 2011, 12-ish. We've always had a mutual respect. I had a fan hit me up and goes, yo, you got to track this guy Bravo Gator out. And this was around the time I first found Sonny Bama too. And it was like this mutual triangle of artists that were like, yo, these dudes are dope lyrically. And they're country as fuck. These country ass white boys that are dope lyrically. So I've known Bravo for a long time, and then when the Mako thing came about, my deal with D.R.E. I did an album deal with D.R.E. Just to reiterate, me and D.R.E. are completely cool. I still talk to everyone from there. Those are my homeboys and brothers for life. But I only did an album deal with it. And I was like, man, I need to do something to revamp this shit. Yeah. And about, I want to say, a couple months into the Mako thing, Bravo approached me. And he's like, yeah, man, I would really like to bring you over here and do a project with you. Da-da-da. And at the time, I was like, man, I don't know. I was like, I'm doing this dirt rock thing right now. And I don't know, like 6, 7, maybe 8 months go by. It's like the beginning of 2021. He approached me again, and at this point, I'm like, I definitely need to breathe air back into this shit. Like, I've taken too many little gaps in between videos, you know what I mean? And I was like, and I see the movement they got right there, so Linked up with Bravo and them, Savannah, FJ, all them. Cool motherfuckers, man. Great people, hardworking people.
Oh, definitely. Because the song, like I said, that song you came out with Savannah, like,
Yeah,
that was just amazing. And also it gave you some, like the singing aspect. Like, you know, a lot of people look at you and just be like, "Damn, he's a hardcore rapper." But then when you break out the singing, it's just like, damn, you can do that too. Like, it's, you know, it's rusty, but at the same time, it's like it relates.
I'm not a fan.
You know, it just relates to people who can't. I guess like I guess that's how I feel. Like, I can't sing, but when I hear this, I'm like, I relate to that.
I only sing in self-defense.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I noticed that. Like, so when like I said, y'all were doing all that, and then when I went on deployment, I was like, okay, you know, everything's cool. And then when I came back, now I'm seeing this Traylor Made.
Yeah.
And so, is it? Did you do like a album deal with Mako too, and now you're gonna do your own thing, or
I did the one album deal with Mako too. Like when we first linked up, me and Bravo, that was something I discussed with. Like Bravo still, you know, we still talk to this day.
Yeah.
Bravo knows how I am. Like I'm a different artist than most people. Like this, even before Mako, when I was working with D.R.E. Like, we're doing this. Like, at the end of the day, like, what it takes to push an artist, what a label does to push an artist, aside from the money aspect of it, like, putting money into marketing, we're doing everything. Like, the label is me and Bredwin, and it always has been for the past 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. There's just never been a name to it. So I was like, as we're doing the Mako stuff, I saw like YouTube made a dramatic transition where like the algorithm like totally changed. Like I went from getting like 20 to 30,000 the first 24 hours to where like it cut in half, not even like less than half.
Jeez.
And that was one of those things where I just sat down with Bravo. I was like, man, I know y'all are doing whatever y'all can for me, and I can do bad on my own. The wording I like to use. Like, there's no reason for me to continue to on here. I was like, when I could do this, I could do bad on my own. You know what I mean? I could release this stuff and not make nothing for either one of us over here, but at least do it without putting more pressure on y'all. And Bravo is the same way, man. He's like, man, I see y'all are doing this shit. There's nothing I can do more for y'all other than co-sign it. And he goes, I believe in whatever y'all are doing, man. Need any help, hit me up. And it was just like a mutual thing where we just decided like we were going to part ways. It wasn't like, to be honest, we never even announced it. It was just, we went our separate ways, but I still talk to Bravo, still fuck with FJ and shit like that. Everyone from Mako, I tip my hat to because I'm a fan of all of them. Mm-hmm. But inevitably, me and Bredwin been talking about this for the past 4 years. Like, we need to start a label. We need to take some artists that we believe in and try to push them out there. And even though the YouTube algorithm has fucked us, there's still a platform that I can introduce artists to that are relatively unknown. You know what I mean? True. So that's where the Traylor Made thing came into hand.
Yeah, because, I mean, truthfully, you know, the Dirtbags, they're still going to rock with you. Like I said, every time a Hard Target video drops, I get messages like, you need to react to this one. I'm like, well, I'm already working on it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do them all, but, I mean, I'm definitely working on it. So, ultimately, like you said, working with the different brands, it helped you, but, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants to make, even I did an interview at Ritz, and even that's why he wanted to leave Strange. He wanted to build his own platform and, you know, and do his own thing. So that's...
If you look at that situation, I remember when Ritz signed with Strange, like, around that time, we were relatively, like, about the same on Facebook. All the socials had relatively the same amount of fans and following. He signed with Strange, and this dude skyrocketed, like, to another level. And then put out album after album after album after album. I get it, man. People want to part ways eventually to start something to call their own, and that's it. That's what me and Bredwin were like. Yo, we could do the same shit that they're doing for us, for our homeboys,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are back here locally, like just looking up at us, like, man, I wish I'd get out there. Like, we could do that for them. It's just going to take a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I completely understand that. So, American Dilly question I ask in every interview. What do you drink, man? What like when you're chilling out or when you're with the boys? What are you drinking? What are you mixing up, or is it beer? What's going on?
Tullamore Dew.
Oh,
I'm an Irish whiskey man. Like if it's not Tullamore Dew, I'll do Jameson. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna act bougie. I'll drink. If I'm drunk, I'll drink pretty much whatever put in front of me. Aside from beer, I'm not a beer person at all.
yeah.
But I pretty much like Irish whiskey. If I'm gonna shoot whiskey, it's gonna be Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Not a Jack, Jim Beam, none of that. I don't like it.
I know that. I know. I one video I was watching. I can't remember the name of it, but you all were drinking Land Sharks, and I mentioned that in the reaction, and that was the comment I got.
Yeah.
I think it was from Cap One, or it might have been for you. You guys were like, "Yeah, we fucking love Land Shark," and I was like, "Oh shit, me too." Like,
fucking D.R.E. D.R.E's obsessed with that shit, bro. He was here like 2 weeks ago. I'm still finding Land Shark bottle caps in my studio.
Yeah, I know every time I react, like I said, you that's why I was like, damn, I gotta hit him up for an interview, because every time I react, you leave me good comments, leave me positive messages. Cap One always hits me up telling me thank you, thank you so much for what you're doing. So I was like, oh geez, like I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I wish I would have hit y'all up last year, but then I was like, you know what, this is a good way to kick off my 2022 interviews right here. So this will be the first one for this year. So I'm super excited. Yeah, man. Jeez, man. I think pretty much you told us all of it. I like it, man. I like doing these interviews so I can see a little bit behind the music, and also for the fans too, and that's the whole reason why I want to transition from reaction videos to actually interviewing people. That way I can, it's a little better content, and it gives people more of an insight as opposed to just me giving my opinion to a music video. Now I actually could ask you the questions, and you could tell us the behind the scenes stories that we didn't know. So.
Yeah, well, I appreciate hitting you, and I definitely appreciate the reactions too, man. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on with us, and I want to give a shout out to Brian. See, I got Hard Target on the channel. I just want to tell him that he's a dirtbag, so I just want to let him know. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, and geez, man, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm definitely gonna check out all the videos as they come out, man.
Hey, with that, it goes without saying, thank you for your service, man. I know shit's getting hectic out there, man. You be safe and shit. Thank you for everything you're doing for our country.
Jeez, I appreciate that, man. I really do. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah, man. God bless you and your family.
All right. You too, brother. Have a good night.
All right, buddy.
Peace out.
America.